Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. For today's pick a card reading, I'm going to be doing what is next in this connection. It was someone requested it and I really wanted to do a pick a card. And I've started for my Patreon people, I've actually started with my pick a cards. I'm filming small extendeds and then putting them up on my Patreon. So if you're a Patreon member, there will be, you know, a little extended, a little bit more of juiciness. I will post the links to these decks in the description box because I'm not sure of the name of these two. They are made by the same person. I believe it's called Unseen Tarot. Beautiful cards. And this one is called, it's for empaths, highly sensitive tarot, maybe that's what it's called. Anyway, I'll post the links. And these crystals I bought yesterday. And whenever I get crystals, I get conflicting names for them. So if anybody knows the names of these crystals as I'm showing them and they're not what I'm saying, like I'm getting conflicting results for what they actually are, and it's bothering me. So this morning I spent some time with an app doing up close pictures, so we'll see. So for pile number one, maybe I'll just show you the top cards so that you can see the artwork. Oh, interesting. We have the Eight of Wands. How interesting. So for pile number one, we have this, my app is saying lepidolite. For pile number two, my app is saying, there's a little bit of sticker on it, but it's saying Picasso stone, or spiderweb jasper. Another app told me limestone, and then another app told me fairy stone. So which one is it? I think it's cute. There's a little heart in it. There's a little heart cave. Anyway, and the tarot is the highly sensitive tarot. Three of Cups. Stay. And for pile number three, my apps are saying this is calcite or Caribbean calcite. I feel like that's not right though. So someone please help me because I have a large palm stone of this. And that one, I can't quite read what it said, but it started with an A, the sticker on it. Anyway, beautiful stone. And we have the Magician. Anyway, now I've messed up the piles. So if you need a minute to sit with the energy, feel free to pause it here and I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile one, and welcome to your reading. If you chose pile one, and whatever the heck this is, lepidolite, amethyst, who really knows? Then this is going to be your reading. Now, I am a little in shock. I just did your oracle and tarot, like the cards I pre-pull, and I am in shock. I am in absolute shock at the cards that came out. This is a counterpart pile. If you don't know what that is and you think you're a counterpart, you might want to stick around. If you're not a counterpart, I don't think you're going to resonate with this reading. This is insane. Like I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Anyway, I think it's very interesting that on the card that was on the top that I showed you, it's Eight of Wands. Because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing rapid growth and change. But I don't think you and your person are together. And I think what's coming next is this Eight of Wands, forward movement, fast growth, communication. Anyway, I'm like blown away by your cards. I had to start filming immediately. So yeah, I'm going to shuffle the cards first because there's going to be cards all over the table. Let's get into it. I was blown away by your cards. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Of course we do. Divine timing. The two of you, I feel like you're not talking. You're in separation. There's been an ending between you and this person that you're wondering about. I don't think there's communication, and I feel like you're both making adjustments and going through lessons in your own lives for, oh my gosh, for a higher purpose. We have the world. So that's what I mean. It feels like there's a distance between you, but that this wheel is still turning. It's just you're both going through your own journeys. You're both, oh my gosh, I can't even believe this. 10 of Cups. That's what I mean. This is what's coming after this period that you're going through right now, which is necessary, even though it sucks and you're not talking to this person. Oh my goodness gracious. You know, to feel that 10 of Cups, you have to go through healing. It's impossible. Well, I don't know if it's impossible, but in my experience, you can't feel emotionally fulfilled unless you feel emotionally fulfilled within yourself. And when the 10 of Cups comes out in reverse, it can talk about inner healing is required in order to reach this emotional fulfillment within a relationship. It can symbolize that somebody needs some inner work. And I feel like that's what's happening right now. And this is what's coming next. Ace of Cups, a renewal. 8 of Pentacles, a renewal. What the heck? Oh, okay. Wowza. Oh my gosh. This is insane. The energy is insane. Is it? I haven't had a reading like this in a while. This is intense. Like the cards I pre-pulled, it was so clear what was happening. And this is very clear. Like I just cut open to the 4 of Wands and the frickin' Hierophant. So higher level of commitment, marriage, union, twin flame, counterparts, soul contract, spiritual lessons being learned so that the two of you can come back together. And the thing that people find with counterpart connections, it's hard to believe that it's all going to work out. And the thing that I always tell people is that Hierophant energy, before you came to this life, you and this person sat down and made a contract and said, we're not going to be able to be together until you accomplish this and I accomplish this. So it's really like when people are trying to find out when it's going to happen and they're, you know, losing their patience, it's all happening the way that the two of you agreed it would happen. And that's why surrender is so important. Anyway, this is, my friends, this is crazy pants. Okay. This is insane. That's insane. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here we go. All right. I cut right open to it again. That's funny. This is going to be a good one. I can tell. We have the Knight of Wands. We have a runner. I already saw a runner chaser dynamic in the oracle cards or the pre-shuffle. We have justice, karma, things coming into balance, that spiritual contract I was talking about. How interesting. Oh my goodness. And we have the Hermit. So that's what I mean. Right now, you're both... Do you see the cards that are coming out? It's insane. This is happening to create balance and justice in this connection. And I feel like... Well, I don't know how you feel. We'll get into it. But the Hermit. So both of you focused on your own paths right now. On your own inner work, inner healing. This is a connection that's meant to help you find your highest self, your soul path, possibly. I feel all passionate and intense, and it makes me feel like that counterpart energy. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness gracious. Which is that renewal energy. This could very well be a connection that was meant to help you find your soul path or to find your... No, your life purpose, your soul path. Eight of Pentacles is renewal energy. It's when two people who have a spiritual contract, you know, they invest in the connection after working on themselves. They choose to invest in this connection. They choose, you know, even though there's obstacles, they both choose it. Anyway, very interesting. Let's get into your cards. Oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? There's so many cards. So I'm going to show you the connecting energy so you know if this is your pile. So this is the connecting energy, and I can't remember. I wasn't gonna take these cards. They fell off when these two cards fell off while I was shuffling your energy and their energy. In the major arcana and the minor arcana, one fell off each time as an extra, so I thought I'd take it as connecting energy. But we have the Four of freaking Wands, which is why I kind of freaked out when I immediately cut open to the Four of Wands. And here I'm seeing spiritual foundation, because if you look at these pillars here that make this Four of Wands, they're all illuminated. So I feel like spiritual foundation, spiritual growth needed to happen in order for this to be stable. But yeah, counterpart energy, twin flame. This can also symbolize union, but I really do feel like I'm looking at counterpart energy here. I mean, it's very clear to me. Where do I want to put this? I don't know. Maybe up here where you can see it properly. And then we have Past Lives, and immediately I'm hearing the song Past Lives by Elijah somebody. Or is it the Arkels that I'm hearing? I'm hearing the Arkels. Something past life. Anyway, I think I'm hearing the Arkels. So you and this person, spiritual contract in your past lives, you went through this before, past lives, you tried to come together before, you know, and I don't know if you ever came together, and I feel like this is the lifetime that you're supposed to come into union, and that's exactly the contract that you made with this person. I do feel like you have past lives with this person. This is the Death card, so we see a rebirth here, a rebirth happening. So this separation is happening in order for this rebirth so that you can come into union. Like it's very clear. It's very clear up in here. So we have Four of Wands, death and rebirth. And the reason I think that you're in separation is because of the energies that you're coming in as, not this. We have the underworld. And this is, you know, this is facing your shadows. You're in separation with this person. This is death when the transformation happens. I'm just going to touch on that card a little bit here before we move on. The Nightmare, the Ordeal, the bottom. Bravery, depth, facing of deepest fears. And it talks about meeting your shadow. And so I feel like the two of you are both doing shadow work. I feel like maybe you're facing your fear in the sense that you're having to kind of believe in this, even though you have no physical proof that, you know, you two will come back together. It's scary to surrender to the counterpart connection. So you could be feeling, you know, fear about surrendering to it. Possibly both of you are going through or have gone through a dark night of the soul. Let me just read this. Traversing the underworld forces us to bow humbly to the greater forces that be, while summoning the inner strength we previously underestimated. Take solace that the underworld subsumes everyone from time to time, making us all deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy times. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. And this is what I mean. This feels like counterpart energy, and I feel like from this connection, like I saw in the tarot cards when I first started shuffling, that this could be a connection that's causing you to face your shadows and turn them into light and to help others and invest in helping other people. And maybe you have found you have a hidden gift when it comes to spirituality, or, you know, maybe this person helped you discover what lights your soul up, and whatever that is for you. Very powerful energy, my friends. Like, I just cannot believe it. It's like one of those times where I'm really kicking myself for not filming me pulling oracle cards. Like, it was so insane. It was insane. So, let's look at, who is this? That is your person's energy. I think I want to do your energy first. So, for your energy, we have butterfly, air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Self-explanatory. You're going through a transformation because you went through this, or because you're in this. So you're going through a transformation, a spiritual transformation. You could be changing, like you could be looking at your shadows and releasing what no longer serves you, releasing thought patterns that no longer serve you, people, places, substances, whatever it is. And you're growing into this beautiful butterfly. I wouldn't be surprised if you resonate with being in the soul tribe, that when I do soul tribe readings, because I call you guys my little butterflies. Fly, little butterflies, fly. And you are definitely a butterfly. Where do I want to put this? I think I want to put it right here. We also have dust. Aurora Polaris. And I know that has, I don't know what that has to do with, but in the soul tribe, we talk about going to see the Northern Lights, which I believe, does that have something to do with Aurora? Or is that not right? Anyway, I don't know. I think I'm making a fool of myself. So this energy, I'm going to read it to you. I am blown away. I am blown away by this reading. I am blown away. I just don't even know how I'm going to go do the other ones. The cosmic dance. So it feels like you're doing a cosmic dance with someone where you're not talking in the 3D, but your souls are intertwined. I am learning to live life with gratitude daily. That's your affirmation that just popped down. Cosmic dance. Who wouldn't want to witness this? The Aurora Polaris is an event full of magic that happens in the night skies. Is this the Northern Lights? Is that what I was talking about? Aurora? I can't say it. Anyway, soul tribe energy. It's an event full of magic that happens in the night skies of various areas of the planet, where a light phenomenon full of color and shades of luminescence appears in the sky, dancing as astonishing cosmic dance with gentle movements. Blah, blah. Pure natural beauty. And when I read that, I thought the Empress, pure natural beauty. And you are going through a beautiful transformation. You know, I'm just seeing, I don't know why I'm seeing this, but the way they're describing these colors, I feel like that's what's happening in your soul. This is the Northern Lights, right? I'm silly. In our lives, auroras generate sightliness. What? I don't know what that means. Harmony and fluidity of movements with positive magnetism. Empress energy! They remind us that no dream is impossible, nor any wish that is unachievable when you believe in the magic of the universe. They appear rarely at precise parts of the earth to remind us of the joy of experiencing breathtaking moments. Trees, for example, teach us from another place. They are always there. It is not their duty to remind us of the magic of spontaneity, but instead to connect us with the wisdom of our ancestors. Yet the auroras are part of the cosmic masteries that teach us to connect with believing. It is a great moment when its musical notes vibrate and accompany the cosmic dance with color, peace, and well-being. Allow yourself to move smoothly and open up to the immensity of dreams. Anyway, if that doesn't sound like the rebirth of you, my beautiful butterfly, I don't know what does. Like you blossoming into the Empress. Don't care what your gender is. I love you. I am blown away. This is, whew. Anyway, I needed this. I needed this pile. And I think maybe you needed it. Okay, so here are your tarot cards that came out. So we have the Page of Pentacles as the court card, and we have the Pathfinder. So this is what I mean. I feel like you're finding your way on your own path. Perhaps you're discovering what your soul path is supposed to be. We see this person kind of, you know, trying to find their way, trying to find their soul path. And maybe this has been a really confusing journey for you, and you're wondering if you are on the right path because this is page energy. Anyway, beautiful Page of Pentacles. You know, I feel like right now you're working on your own foundation. You're working on your own growth. Beautiful. I do have to mention, if you notice the butterfly is looking this way. It's heading this way. So that's why I feel like the two of you are in separation. We have the Empress, and I almost like, what the heck, you know? Anyway, this is beautiful. It's showing me that you are trying to embody Empress energy, or that's what the journey you're going through right now. You're about to walk through that gate. We see the peacock, and the peacock is symbolic of renewal energy. So you could be, you know, going through a renewal within yourself. It's also very symbolic of, you know, confidence and being the Empress. And I feel like you're walking through this gate right now. And if you look at this, that Empress is kind of surrendering to the unknown. You know, they are walking in to the unknown here. They're surrendering to the journey. They're, you know, they're finding their true self here. And I just think it's beautiful. This energy is absolutely beautiful. It can make me cry. It might make me cry. Oh no. What a surprise. I used too many cards. And we have the Eight of Pentacles for your energy. So I feel like maybe you're wondering, is this worth investing in? With the Eight of Pentacles, I also see you very focused on what lights your soul up and makes you feel like you are fulfilled and growing. The Eight of Pentacles can be the energy where you're really focused on your passion, your craft. I feel like you're investing in yourself and your own stability here. And what comes next? Nine of Pentacles, which peacock energy. Beautiful. So although I know, or it feels like you and this person are in separation, or you're not seeing things eye to eye, you are in beautiful energy, even though it might feel messy, like it might feel like this. But in reality, this is what's happening. And you're going through the really messy part before you hatch into that beautiful butterfly. And even when you hatch into that beautiful butterfly, it takes a while for that butterfly to believe in themselves enough to let go of their cocoon, their former self, the shell of their former self, and to fly away from it. Anyway, I am into this reading. Oh my goodness. It's lighting my soul up. So for your person's energy, we have the Scorpion, and right away I thought Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. So I feel like you were 2112 on the timer. You might want to look that up in terms of counterparts. 2112. Angel number, twin flame. Look it up. I don't know what it means, but look it up. So we have this Scorpion, and we see them facing this way, right? So you're facing this way and transforming, and this person's facing this way and has their stinger ready, and their little pinchers are all fired up. So I feel like this person is possibly going, well, I already think they're going through maybe a dark night of the soul, but I feel like maybe this person pushed you away or you triggered them and their defenses went up. I'm kind of seeing like 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands, someone super defensive, perhaps someone with a lot of wounds that they weren't willing to look at or didn't know how to look at. And, you know, I think that's why maybe this separation happened, to force them to it, because this is like hitting rock bottom. 2 on the timer. This is like hitting rock bottom where you have no choice but to look at your shadows. You have no choice but to grow and evolve. I wouldn't be surprised if this person had a lot of tower moments happening. And I also kind of feel like that Knight of Swords, so they could have said something, you know, very intense to you. They could have reacted to you in an emotionally intense way. And now they're kind of like licking their wounds. I'm also seeing 5 of Swords because I often talk about the 5 of Swords with myself, about how like I have my 5 of Swords ready to defend myself because of the way I was raised and because I have trauma. I don't like that energy about myself, but I'm learning to embrace it, recognize it, and try and heal it. So your person could have a lot of defensive, like they could be very defensive. They could have reactions. They could self-sabotage things. Maybe they don't know how to deal with conflict. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And like I said, look at you. You're both in this energy of the messy part of transformation. I see it as death, transformation, rebirth. So there's the ending, the transformation, and then the rebirth. And I feel like right now you're in the transformation part where everything feels messy. And, you know, maybe this person, their guides are putting towers in their way, trying to wake them up. I can't even remember what these cards are. I was just so excited. Oh, we have the Knight of Swords, which I laughed because we have the Scorpion, which reminds me of the Knight of Swords, which I was saying. So this is someone, you know, who, like I said, could have been very emotionally intense, could have said hurtful things, maybe very defensive, always wanting to fight, you know. They have this defensive side of them where maybe if you say like, hey, you did this and it bothered me, maybe they get super defensive. It's called the fighter for a reason. And I feel like this person was fighting, not on purpose, but they were fighting what their higher self was trying to guide them towards. You could have been someone who shone a light on this person's shadows and they could have fought it, you know. This card talks about being in denial about facing your shadows. That's when you get sucked in to this underworld, is when you're determined not to face your shadows and not to look at them. Anyway, beautiful energy. So we have, let's finish the tarot cards. We have the Emperor, and I almost, like, you can imagine, you know my reactions. When this came out, I was like, are you ever kidding me? I know my kids heard me, and I stood up and I'm like, I got to start recording this reading. So we have the Emperor and the Empress and the 4 freaking Wands. This is what I mean. And Death and Rebirth. So definitely feels, you could be dealing with an Aries, but it definitely feels like counterpart energy to me. I can't even believe this. I'm like 25 minutes into this reading and I'm still talking. Oh my goodness. So we have the Emperor. So this is someone who's being, you know, pushed by their higher self, guided by the universe to start working on their own foundation, just like you are being guided to become the Empress, right? We have the 2 of Wands, and this is someone who's at, you know, who's at a crossroads. The 3 of Wands, this is so interesting because the 3 of Wands in this deck, I imagine these are this person's guides. And on the 3 of Wands, you actually see these 3, they connect. And in the 3 of Wands, that person is being like guided to move forward, to progress. So it feels like right now your person's guides are trying to guide them. Two of Wands gives me the energy that this person is having to face some of their own patterns and some of their own shit before they can come towards you. And it's like their guides are trying to, I need to get the Three of Wands. It's like their guides are trying to guide them. I'm sorry, I need to show you so that you can be in my brain. Welcome to my brain. Where are you, Three of Wands? Where are you? There you are. There you are. I hope I just picked up the right cards. So this is what I mean. So right now your person's guides, they're right here and they're like, I wonder what I should do. I wonder what way I should go. I wonder if I should look at my patterns and my shadows. And their guides are trying to guide them in the right direction. And then Three of Wands is when, hang on here. That's interesting. So hang on, I'm trying to make sure you can see this. So see, Three of Wands is when those guides are successful in, you know, we see your person moving forward and progressing, but it's like your guides are trying to reach your person right now. Anyway, very interesting. And then let me just look at this one, because the Two of Wands can be about making a choice. And we see in the Three of Wands, that person has chosen a wand and is investing their energy into it. Interesting. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that because I found that interesting. Usually on the Two of Wands, someone has a globe, you know, and it's symbolic of they need to change their approach. They need to change a pattern before they come in. And, oh no, I'm out of room. Your person's energy, quantum entanglement. And I just about lost it when I read this card, my friends. Just you wait. So let me just make sure everything is straight. We're going to move these crystals for the sake of this card. I knew I had too many cards. I knew it. Like I said, I couldn't even lay them down to see if I had room. I was so excited. I just had to come do this reading. All right, there. We all fit. Yay. Let me just move you over. There. Move you. There. That's perfect. So listen to quantum entanglement. All right? Just listen to this. Oh, where's that book? Where is it? There it is. I have books and cards everywhere. Quantum entanglement. Just you wait, my friends. The suspense is killing me. Illusionary separation. So you're separated, but it's illusionary because you're attached. Kind of sounds like counterpart energy, does it not? And the fact that you came up as this, which is like Empress energy, is just blowing my mind. So quantum entanglement. Illusionary separation. Particles that were once attached remained related, affecting and modifying each other, no matter the distance or level of separation between them. So you're 3045 on the timer. You're on the right path, my friend. So you're doing the work. You're investing in yourself. You're surrendering to it. And what do we see happen? This is coming up as confirmation that your person is starting to do the work themselves. They're starting to transform themselves. Because they're attached to you. The feminine leads the way. Your energies can still be connected to each other regardless of the physical distance between you and the person. The information regarding what you do, think, or feel arrives. The intertwined and direct relationships of your microcosms cause you to influence each other, affecting everything that happens, including actions, emotions, and beliefs. I freaking told you! All I did was I opened this book up and I saw illusionary separation and your energies can still be connected. And I shut the book and I started your reading. Okay. The same happens, telepathic consciousness, you and this person, listen. The same happens with your thoughts. Thoughts and feelings are energy frequencies or wavelengths which transcend space and time. We use them to transmit and receive information, regardless of whether someone is close, far away in this plane or another. Subconscious communication is constant. You would think, therefore, that thoughts can travel. In reality, however, they go nowhere, as there is no separation between energies, only interconnection. Whatever the case, separation is a man-made invention. We transform each other. Listen to this. We transform each other like clay passing through different hands, some in a subtle way, so light as the wind that we cannot perceive them. Others mold gently like water, and others do it in an abrupt way, like a great wave exploding on the rocks. Whatever form it takes, the impact will last forever. Anyway, that's your 30 minutes. Oh my goodness. There we go. Let's get tarot. Hang on. I'm fixing my headphones. So, let's get into it. So this is about what's next in this connection. So that's what we're looking at. We're going to look at what's coming next in this connection. Spirit, what is coming next in this connection? So we have the Seven of Swords and the King of Swords. So we have someone who, like I said, I feel like maybe this person was running or very defensive about looking at their wounds. The Seven of Swords, people always say like manipulation, cheating, gaslighting, which is, you know, all true. But the Seven of Swords can also represent, it can represent someone who is avoiding looking at their shadows and doing the work. And we have the King of Swords here. So we have someone coming out of the darkness here to communicate with you, clarity, truth. I feel like this is someone who's looking at their Seven of Swords behavior. They're looking at their shadows. They're looking at, you know, maybe there was deceit. Maybe there was manipulation. Maybe there was ghosting. Maybe there was running away. Whatever that Seven of Swords energy, however you're resonating with that, your person is looking at this right now. And Eight of Wands, very top card. I feel like this is something this person wants to communicate with you. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. So that's a new outlook here. This is this person looking at this connection very differently, and you having a new outlook on this person. Four of Cups in reverse. Strength, unbreakable bond. Never... I talk about the Strength card and about how it can really, to me, it's symbolic of counterpart energy because you're attached. So that energy, you're never in separation because you're attached. Anyway, Strength also talks about, for what's coming, strengthening this bond between you. I'm being called to get one of my tarot books. Hang on. It's a very specific one. Here it is. It's a very specific one. I'm being called to it. So, the Seven of Swords in this talks about considering escape from an imprisoning situation. So if this person, maybe they're considering escaping from, maybe they feel imprisoned in no contact. Maybe there was a codependent relationship that they were in. But the most important thing, one of the things that I love about this card that gets overlooked is one of the meanings is skillfulness and determination that needs to be used for the right purposes. And it also talks about a change of heart. So in the near future, we see a change of heart. We see someone who maybe King of Swords, maybe you felt manipulated by them in the past. And I feel like they're coming in, King of Swords, using their skills in communication for the right purposes because they've had a change of heart. Four of Cups in reverse, a new outlook on this, wanting to make more of an effort in this connection. Let's keep going. What's coming next? We have 10 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. And the World, my friends. We have the 10 of Pentacles here and the Wheel of Fortune. So this shows things start to change here. And they start to change for the good, for long-term stability here. And we have the World on the bottom, the two of you coming together, making adjustments in patterns, cycles, having closure. Show me this person's energy. Well, I already have their energy. I already have their energy, Spirit. Let's see how you're feeling about this connection. How do you feel about this connection? Oh my freaking gosh. Oh my freaking gosh. They fell on the floor. They fell on the floor. The Hierophant and the Four of Wands. That's how you're feeling about this connection. So you feel like you have a soul contract with this person. You feel like they're your counterpart. You feel like you want to marry them. It feels like you want a higher level of commitment from them. I can't believe that came out. We also have the Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands on the bottom. So I feel like you feel maybe like you are going through rapid growth right now. You know, you could be feeling like this. Remember in the beginning, I said maybe this person made you realize your soul path, and maybe you're working on your soul path now and you're thankful for the growth that you learned from this connection. Let's see how they're feeling about this. How are they feeling about this? How interesting. So for some of you, remember the Seven of Swords talks about escaping an imprisoning situation. So maybe your person is in an unhappy marriage or an unhappy connection or third-party connection. It could be that we have the Lovers and the Queen of Wands here. So for how your person is feeling about this, it feels like for some of you, they have to make a choice between you and a third-party situation. For those of you that that's not resonating with, this person is seeing you as someone who's gone through a glow up. Like they've seen you as someone who's evolving, who's turning into this butterfly. There's intimidation there because you're coming through very, like you're over here working on your Eight of Pentacles and they're perceiving you as Nine of Pentacles, like you're glowing. And with that comes intimidation. And this person is feeling like they need to come towards you and make you some kind of offer here with the Lovers. Eight of Pentacles, renewal. You know, they see you working on them yourself. They're looking at you like they want to renew this. And remember, future energy, what's coming in this connection, we do have, after looking at their shadows, long-term stability. And they're feeling like they want to renew this. They want to invest in this. Beautiful. What is currently helping this connection? We have the Nine of Pentacles. Yes! Yes! Self-improvement. You're working on yourself. And think about what that card was talking about. And I said the feminine leads the way. So all the self-improvement that you're doing right now, all the work you're investing in yourself, your growth, your healing, your pentacle world, your stability, this person is benefiting from that energy. Yay! What else is helping this connection? We have Five of Cups on the bottom. So your person hitting rock bottom, feeling that regret, feeling that sadness, you know, of losing you. What is currently blocking this connection? interesting. The Four of Swords popped out, or it like flashed itself, but it didn't come out. It was in reverse. So for what's blocking this connection, that this person has things they need to look at, you know? Where's my little book? Ow. Withdrawing from love life, alone time. So this person, what's blocking this is, actually what I was going to say is, they could have been defensive about reflecting about themselves, because the Four of Swords in reverse can be like when somebody doesn't want to take that time to reflect. It also talks about, you know, reigniting passions, and clearly that hasn't happened yet here. So that's coming through as a blockage. What happened here? Oh, Four of Pentacles came out. That's what happened. So what's blocking this connection? We have Four of Pentacles. So very possible that your person is in a codependent situation. For some of you, where they've already built a foundation with someone else. What's blocking this connection? Fear of being alone. So if you are growing and growing, but you still have this fear of being alone, or you have that thought process like, I'm getting older and I want to find love before I'm too old to experience love, that translates into fear of being alone. Is it wrong to want love? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what I've learned. That you're supposed to reach that emotional fulfillment where you don't need it within someone else. So that is coming through as a blockage here, that, you know, maybe there's a fear of being alone. I'm also hearing, though, that this person could, as a blockage, Four of Pentacles, lack of self-esteem, lack of stability. If this person is in Four of Pentacles energy, they need to work up to this Emperor energy where they have that stability. This could also be like lack of like finance, lack of confidence. We also have the Star here. So to me, it's clear that one thing that's blocking this is, for some of you, there is this energy that they have to let someone else go. Also healing needs to happen. I want to get a few more cards about what's coming next for you. What is coming next in this connection? We have the Nine of Cups and the Six of Cups and the Fool. I cannot make this up. I can't make it up. The Nine of Cups is unconditional love, wish fulfillment. Six of Cups, reconnection after healing. It's reconciliation. It's hearing from this person. It's this person taking a leap of faith towards you. Two of Cups, deepening of intimacy. How interesting. So we see you connecting, perhaps deepening of that telepathic connection as well. Anyway, that's what's coming next for you. Six of Cups and Nine of Cups and the Fool. So beautiful energy. What advice do you need about this person? What advice do you need? We have the King of Cups and the Emperor. Holy poop. And the Moon. Listen to your intuition. Be patient. There are hidden forces at work here. This person is looking at their shadows. Try not to listen to your ego. With the Moon and the fact that you are coming through as a Divine Feminine and the Empress, I feel like you are going to be given tests through your ego where you're going to doubt this journey, and Spirit is saying, don't give up. Like this is intense, this reading. For advice, we see your person, you know, they're coming in with this love offer, but they need to be stable first. And this is someone who's working on growing into this Emperor energy. This is someone who I think is perhaps overwhelmed by the intensity of the love that they feel for you with this King of Cups. And I feel like this person is waking up to that. Four of Cups in reverse. They're looking within and gaining a new understanding of this. And their intuition calls to you, my friend. So, that was interesting. Let's get you some charms and letters. Cover your ears. Cover your ears. I need to find my tray. Cover your ears because it's going to be loud. You can take these charms too as symbols to look out for, as signs that, you know, this is coming into fruition. Interesting. We'll go through these quickly. So we have the Fool, which is what's coming in this connection. So confirmation of that. We have this Ace of Cups, this glass here, very symbolic of communication. It is blue, which has to do with the throat chakra. We have the Eiffel Tower, very symbolic of working on a foundation. We have the Wrench, this person, you working on yourselves so that you can come back together. We have a Seahorse, which is related to like lover's energy and soulmate energy. We have a Crocodile, which gives me the energy that this person is keeping an eye on you and that they are going to make a move. We have a Key, Hierophant energy, another Key. So look, it's very clear that the two of you are learning spiritual lessons here, both of you. There's a key for each of you. We have a Dolphin, symbolic of happiness, joy, Two of Cups, or I want to say Three of Cups energy, but it is symbolic of like happy times, union, things like that. We have a Turtle, very symbolic of Hermit energy, having to be patient. Look, we have another turtle. So the two of you, you know, slowly moving along, you're getting there, both hermiting. We have a Fox. There's that Seven of Swords energy, the fox. I'm just kidding. I love you, Foxy. Maybe your person has red hair. Foxes are also a symbol of monogamy. We have the Unicorn, my little high priestess. Chariot energy with the horse, and we have the Star, healing. Yang energy, your person, healing. Beautiful. All right. Now we have E, M, S, M, O, O, Moo. G, Q, J, T, T, J, T. Interesting. P, R, U, A, X, M, U, F, B, L, J, H, R, R, F, D. There you go, my friends. 5005 on the timer if you want another angel number to look up. And I will talk to you soon. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Highly Sensitive Tarot, and whatever this is, what did I write down? Picasso stone, the spiderweb jasper, the fairy stone, limestone. Those are the four meanings or things that I found. It also has the tiny little heart cave, which I absolutely love. Magic. If you chose that, this is going to be your pile. So before we begin, I am going to start by shuffling your cards, because I'm going to have cards all over the table. And I feel like what I'm looking at is in your energy is that this is, I'm going to do an energy check. So you're going to see, you know, the current energy, but to save you some time, I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing perhaps, I feel like I'm seeing two things. I think I'm seeing either two people who are reconnecting and getting back together and trying to heal things and work things out, or I'm looking at a connection that's new, but you've both released someone from your past. So there was an ending, there was a death, and the two of you are now, you know, coming together and letting go of the past. Maybe your person had a past person. That's kind of the energy that I'm seeing now. I'm seeing either like two lovers who are connecting and they both have different pasts and they're, you know, reigniting love back into their life. Or I'm looking at two people who used to be together and who are now reconnecting and trying to reignite love back into the situation. That's what I'm seeing. So if that sounds like you, then this is probably your pile. So we have the 5 of Wands and the 4 of Swords on the bottom. So that is giving me the energy, and Knight of Pentacles. How interesting, how interesting. That's giving me the energy that this was slow to come into fruition. Maybe this person took their slow, sweet time coming back. Or maybe, you know, it took a long time for that past to heal and for someone new to come in. Take it as it resonates. 5 of Wands and 4 of Swords does show that there may have been blockages and maybe the two of you needed to heal. Maybe there was a break between you or you needed to heal from another connection. So we do have Knight of Pentacles and 6 of Cups. So there is soulmate energy or union reconnection energy here. So that's what we're seeing there. And I'm going to shuffle. We have the Hanged Man. So this is what I mean. It's like you're either coming out of a period of Hanged Man energy in your own love life, and this person is in their own love life, or the two of you were separated and now are coming back together with a new perspective of each other. I hope you guys are doing well. We have the 9 of Pentacles. So maybe this person had to grow and evolve. And 9 of Pentacles can also be the energy of, you know, having a very, like, coming together in a romantic situation. You're both, you know, kind of in your highest self energy. You're both stable, independent. You come together, build that strong foundation where you also have your own independence. Page of Pentacles, fresh start, new beginning, new chapter, however that resonates to you, whether it's returning or new person. I'm so sad about this card. Oh, that's the 3 of Cups. I'm shuffling upside down. Isn't that interesting? Because wasn't that the top card? I mean, I guess it would be the top card if I didn't. Anyway, the 3 of Cups is showing itself. And that was the card that I flipped over on the top. And the 3 of Cups is about, it can be about reconnection. It can be about a friendship turning to romance. It can be about reconnecting with someone from your past. Maybe you're just newly reconnecting. Maybe right now you're reconnecting as friends. We have the High Priestess. Hidden forces at work. Maybe there was self-improvement that needed to happen. Very interesting, High Priestess. So it could be that this was a connection that you needed to listen to your intuition about, you know. The 9 of Wands underneath is giving me energy that maybe this, if this is a returning person, maybe it was a difficult and challenging connection in the past. Maybe there had to be a lot of growth. Interesting. So let's get your cards. So I'm going to go connecting energy first, and we'll talk about the connecting energy. I just saw 5555 on the timer. So the connecting energy between you is the Nectar. And we do have, this card is about healing. And that's what I mean. I feel like the both of you either had to heal from your past relationships before you came back together, or this is a reconnection. And I am noticing that this hand is reaching out and there's this like pearl border here. So it could have been that this was, you know, took a while to come in. It could have been, it could feel maybe you're here because while healing things or, you know, discovering things about this connection, if it's new, perhaps you feel a bit of a wall with your person, like you're reaching out more, you're giving more. I am getting the energy of reconnection with this card. I'll just go over this card. The medicine, the elixir, the garden. And it does talk about when in dark. So when in dark, we see this image right here. You could have been someone, if you were with this person, you could have been fixated, it says, on fixing an aggressive approach to healing. So you could have told this person, like, if you, hey, I'm calling myself out here. You know, you could have had a more aggressive approach. And when I say that, I mean, like controlling the outcome or telling this person, if you would only look at this shadow or you would only heal this. Maybe you're someone who's very spiritual and you thought you could heal this person, and maybe they needed to heal on their own. This could also be you, like if this is a new connection, in the past you maybe were prone to trying to control the situation. I believe your person came out in King of Wands energy, so it could be that your person was the one trying to control the situation. But right now it's in the upright, and that talks about, you know, this glowing healing energy, the elixir, and it gives me temperance energy, elixir. And we see black and white, like the balancing of masculine and feminine energies. So this is actually feeling very nice. That's what I mean. It feels like either new or reconnection. Listen to this. There's a line that's really calling out to me. Seek the most sensuous, fragrant flower in the garden you have forgotten. So maybe, you know, this is reconnection. The most fragrant, sensuous flower sounds like the Empress. Very interesting. I think this is really interesting because it's giving sun energy, this healing elixir, temperance energy. And it's saying the sweet, potent, heavenly essence that brings our spirit back to life. So it does feel like reigniting passions, you know, reigniting love back into your life, whether it's with a past person or a new person. I don't know, but you're canoodling or something here. So you're connecting energy with this person. We have the lovers and soulmates. Look at that. So this is what I mean. I feel like either I'm looking at two people who are choosing to continue this dance together, or I'm looking at two people who have found something new with each other and it is a soulmate connection. I'm not saying you're not a soulmate if this is returning love. I'm not saying that at all. But I am getting the energy of possibly for some of you that this is, you know, new. And look, reigniting love back into your life, feeling supported, feeling loved, beautiful. And, you know, this shows two people. Let me see this. This shows, you know, people dancing. These are the two people dancing. There's other people dancing. But the lovers is about a choice. It's about a love offer. Choosing each other. Beautiful. Beautiful. And for this, for the minor arcana, we have the Ace of Swords. So it feels like a breakthrough moment, a new beginning, a fresh start, clarity, communication. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't like those there. I like them up here so that you can see them. So which one are you seeing? Soulmates. Interesting. Actually, before we move on, maybe I'll just look at that soulmate card. $11:11 on the timer. Partnership, blossoming relationship, deep connection. The lovers and soulmates, what a pair to pull. Both of these cards sing of partnership, romantic or otherwise. We have many soulmates in our lives, and they can materialize as lovers, friends, and family. We move through time tethered to these souls, and through companionship, we learn about our own individuality. When this card shows up, it asks us to pay attention to these relationships, nourish them, and they will fill you more than anything else. So yeah, that's what we're seeing for connecting energy. Beautiful. Now I'm going to do your energy first. You may resonate with that side, but I usually always do the viewer on the left. So you're coming in as the eagle, which appears on many lovers cards. It's symbolic of having a higher perspective, of having clarity and truth. It's air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. Before we move on, we're going to look at that eagle. The letter E could be symbolic. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. Because your person is coming out as an E animal as well. All-pervading power, truth seeker, transforms karma. So this is your energy. Bright and radiant. Listen, in the shadow, it talks about being controlling, which is what that card talked about. So maybe you were trying to control the outcome, or maybe you're trying to control the outcome right now. Maybe you have, you like to be in control of things, and like I resonate with you totally. I like to know what's happening. The noble eagle emanates the light of the sun. This great bird is both physically and spiritually strong and represents mastery over the elements of fire and air. The eagle pushes us to be our best and brightest self and stops at nothing to see us shine. Grasp the sun in your talons and hold on for the ride. You are stronger than you think, eagle child. So it feels like, maybe if this is reconnecting, you finally have your truth and clarity, because we have the Ace of Swords. And it does say that this, you are very spiritual. And we have Proton. And that's an interesting energy as well. There's a lot of positive energy on your side. So maybe in the past maybe you're more relaxed now about love, or about this reconnection, or about this new relationship. I'm actually going to put those down there. I just messed up all my work. So Proton, I have all the books here. Proton, going directly from small to large with total positivity. So it feels like you're going from, I don't want to say 0 to 100, but it feels like you're going from having nothing and no one to having this reconnection or this connection in your life. And it does talk about having positivity and having clarity. And I think it's interesting that this, this eagle is holding on to the sun. Positive electrical charge is what it says. It's very basic, this card. Like some of the cards have a lot of text. This one is just basic. It's just positivity. You feel positive about where this is going. That's what's coming through anyway. We have the romantic. So that is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups can symbolize reconnection. And so even if this isn't a reconnection, this is romantic feelings. You have romantic feelings for this person. Very beautiful. Like I said, that's reconnection or romantic feelings. So to me, it looks like you're feeling good about this. I'm going to look up the Knight of Cups really quick. Flirtation, romance, attraction, offer of love, being in love with love. The Knight of Cups listens to their heart regardless of whether this is actually a logical choice or not. Interesting. He appears as a messenger, and with him he carries an invitation or an arrival of something or someone which will benefit you. So very interesting. That's water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have the Fool and Death. So this is what I mean. This is a fresh start. And I have to say that I'm pretty sure the pelican is that a pelican? Anyway, I'm pretty sure that the pelican in this deck is the Emperor. Anyway, so it does feel like a new beginning here after some type of death, after maybe you let go of a karmic, you know, or maybe this person, you had to go through a death with this person and rekindle things and light that flame again. New beginning or reconnection, whatever it is to you. Beautiful. And we have one more card for you, and it is the Four of Swords in reverse, which is reigniting of passion in your life. So going from being on a break, in the cold, separation, whatever it is, to feeling ignited again. Like that death with the fire. Beautiful. And your person's energy. Having problems with my throat all of a sudden. Whoops. We have the Elk. So that's what I mean. The letter E could be symbolic. Maybe you feel like you're dealing with a divine masculine. The Emperor, the sun reminds me of the sun in the Emperor card in the Wild Unknown Tarot, which is by the same person. And I think it's interesting how, I feel like you're connecting or reconnecting because you're both facing each other here and you both have a sun. So that's clarity, positivity, healing, which is what this card is all about. So it definitely feels like you're looking at each other, focused on each other, connecting. And maybe you're watching this because you want to know what the outcome is. And that's where that controlling what the outcome is. And not that I'm telling you not to watch tarot. But maybe, you're looking for answers about what the outcome is of this reconnection or new connection. This is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And this is beautiful because this is a more matured energy. So this could be someone more mature or older than you. This could be someone, it's like King of Pentacles energy. So if it's someone new or not, it could be someone older, someone who, maybe there's maybe they have family or kids, financially stable. If this is someone who you're reconnecting with, this person would seem different to you. They would seem more mature, more stable, more grounded. The Elk, stable, resilient, headstrong, the Father. So it is giving me Emperor energy, which is interesting because we have the Pelican on the Fool. And we have some supportive, kind, and consistent. So this is someone who's trying to be consistent and more supportive and kind to you. When they're out of balance, it says pretentious, high and mighty. So you could resonate with that if, when your person is having an off day, that's how they seem, or maybe that's how they were in the past before they healed, if this is reconnection. It does talk about, it says the great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides an underlying support and stability amidst life's many challenges. What's interesting is this card talked about you being strong enough to overcome any obstacle or challenge. And this one talks about that as well. And that's where I'm getting the energy. Either you went through challenging times together, or you both had challenging pasts, and now you're coming together as more healed versions of yourself to form this new connection. Fully established in themselves and know their core values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make good mothers, fathers, lovers, and friends. And your person was King of Wands. So in the past, if you knew this person, or maybe when this person is having an off day, this person may seem like they're in their ego and they're, self-absorbed. And anyway, that's what we're seeing there. We have light curve. So let's look at that one. Light curve. Oh, I passed the L's. L. A changeable wave, embrace the changes. So this is someone who's embracing the changes. They are changing. This could be a different type of relationship than they're used to, and they're embracing those changes. This could have been someone who had to change in order to reconnect with you and is embracing those changes. A variation of the brightness of an object over time. So maybe this is someone who you've known for a while, you know? It talks about this person adapting to the changes along the journey was a key to their progress. So this is someone who has changed. 2222 on the timer. So this could be someone who, you know, was very different in the past and got taken advantage of by a karmic, and now they're different. This could be someone you know that is going through change. We did see Hanged Man, you know, new perspective. So this person looking different if you know them. We have the King of Wands. So this is what I meant about that energy. So this is someone who is taking action in love, like they're trying to take control of a love situation. So maybe they approached you. Maybe they're giving you more time and energy. But I have to talk about the King of Wands in that other way as well, because it's coming through in the Elk card, that this could have been someone in the past who, you know, had an inflated ego or was more focused on their own things than you. It's possible that this person still gets in that energy. You know, maybe you're watching this reading because they have all these other things going on and they're more focused on their own endeavors than connecting with you. For a lot of you, I feel like that's going to be past energy, that you're dealing with someone you're reconnecting with who used to feel that way or used to behave that way or whatever I'm trying to say. But this is someone who feels very passionately towards you and is, you know, taking action towards you. Where's my book? Where is my book? King of Wands, in love. Taking the lead in love. So it feels like this person, especially with the Elk energy, more masculine energy, is trying to take the lead here. We have the Sun, infinite paths. Interesting. So your person's Sun energy, there's a whole lot of masculine energy in this reading. So it feels like your person feels, you know, very positive about this connection, is very drawn to your healing energy. It feels like they're feeling positive about it too, and they have clarity. I kind of want to look at the Sun card in this book because it's different, or it's not different, but it is. So Sun, divine masculine energy, greatness, joy, enlightenment, good changes. And this one's about change. So this is someone who's going through good changes right now, or has been through good changes. The Sun and infinite pathways express pure joy and abundance. The Sun swells with jubilant life, and as the infinite pathways unfold among the prismatic flowers, you are met with profound enlightenment. Good changes are on the horizon. Take this card as a symbol of greatness. Rejoice in the beauty of life. So very beautiful energy. And then to end off this portion of the reading, we have one more card that I got to make room for. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. And at first I thought it was the Three of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Swords in reverse is reconnecting energy. It's like, let's get back together. So I feel like this, again, reconnection, or this can also be symbolic of someone who had an ending in their past that they've finally healed from. Like maybe they had a really bad breakup or a bad marriage that wounded them deeply. And the Ten of Swords in reverse is when those wounds heal and they're able to move on and, you know, connect with their brand new soulmate. Anyway, that's what we're seeing here. So we're going to get the tarot. So there we go. So we have air, fire, earth. We have it all. Except, no, we have water too. We have it all. Everybody's here. Everybody's here to play. I'm hearing somebody come and play. All right, so we're going to look at, first I'm going to ask for a few cards about what's next or what's coming in this connection. We have the King of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Well, there you go. Your reading's done. Wish fulfillment, romance. Bye. Anyway, we have beautiful energy here. Nine of Cups and King of Cups. And King of Cups, as far as what's coming, we have positivity regarding this connection, which we see it. There's positivity sprinkled throughout this entire thing. Maybe this reading gives you more positivity. Appreciating current love life, positivity leading to romance, cheerful romance. King of Cups, in love, using head and heart in love, generosity, control, emotional balance. This card shows the ability to restrain one's emotions and be fully in charge of your feelings and impulses. The King of Cups represents a balance between the intellect and emotions. He indicates that there is a strong relationship between understanding and feeling. Beautiful. So that's what's coming. And we have the Three of Pentacles. So we have the two of you working things out, working as a team, progressing forward. Beautiful. What was I going to ask next? I was going to ask how you're currently feeling about this connection. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. This is beautiful. So you feel like there's a new start here. You feel hope. You feel you feel growth, hope for a future. We have Two of Cups, so it definitely feels that this connection is getting deeper, or you're reconnecting. Take it as it resonates. It's funny, I've pulled out my book a few times today. Starting a relationship, mutually beneficial relationship, working together as a team. Union, strong connection, a balanced and equal partnership. The joy of two becoming one. Why am I hearing Spice Girls? Is it Spice Girls? When two become one? Anyway, that was interesting. I could hear two become one, and I could start hearing the music, and I think it's Spice Girls that I'm hearing. When two become one. I don't know the words. I'm not up to date on my Spice Girls. So it's saying that you feel ambitious about this and that you're dedicated to whatever this is. You want it to work. You want this new beginning. You want this rebirth, whatever it is to you. And look, I said Emperor energy. This is how you're feeling about this connection, or your current energy when it comes to this connection, feeling about this connection. We have Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, renewal, new hope. New love for some of you, and we have the Emperor, so it does feel like you want stability here. We also have the Eight of Wands, forward movement, rapid growth and change. Beautiful. Let's see how your person is feeling about this connection. We have the Star and the King of Swords and the frickin' Empress. That's crazy. One of these cards I said sounds like Empress energy. I think it was on this one. I can't remember. And right now your person currently feels like they're trying to remain positive. They have hope for this and they're seeing this clearly. King of Swords. They're seeing this clearly. Maybe they're being a little logical right now. Maybe that's why you're watching this reading. Maybe they're coming across as, a little cold because they're maybe they're holding back because of their past, or maybe they're trying to communicate in the right way, so they're coming across a little cold, but it shows that this person sees this connection very clearly. And, you know, if it is new, maybe you've given this person clarity on the fact that it was best to leave that other person in the past, and this is why it all happened. We have the Empress on the bottom, same as the Nectar. You know, this person is trying to nurture this. They want the sensual connection with you. Beautiful. Three of Cups, reconnection. Let's see. What did I ask next for pile 1? I'm trying to stay to this. I'm trying to stick to the same whatever. Let's see what's helping this connection right now. So what is helping this connection? We have the Six of Pentacles. So listening to, I saw the High Priestess as well, but it didn't come out. So listening to your intuition, being patient, not trying to rush things, that's helping. Six of Pentacles. If you're reconnecting with this person, you could be somebody who's trying to keep the energy balanced. Like maybe you're trying not to overgive. It says that the reciprocal energy between you is helping right now. If, you know, Six of Pentacles also gives me the energy of self-growth and being balanced. And when you're in that energy, you can give and receive love or energy. And it feels like that's helping right now, that the two of you are kind of keeping things even. It feels like balanced, energetic exchange with the Six of Pentacles. What else is helping this connection? The fact that if it's reconnection, you're both determined, you know? What else is helping this connection? You could have spent a lot of time on self-improvement after another connection or after the ending of this one. What is currently blocking or hindering this connection? We have the Two of Swords. So there could be the Page of Swords and the Two of Swords. So it could be that maybe this person, for Page of Swords, the two of you may be having problems communicating. You know, maybe that's weird. I heard maybe somebody spends too much time on their phone, because we see these two people who are hanging out together, and instead of talking to each other, they're on their phones. Maybe your person is distracted. There is King of Wands up there, so maybe they're distracted. It could be that your person is a student, or because this can also be the energy of a student. So this could be someone who, you know, spends a lot of time working or spends a lot of time learning at school. We have the Two of Swords here, so I just want to look at it. That can be a choice. Maybe there's a bit of stagnant energy sometimes in communication. Maybe there's a bit of stagnancy. Yeah. We're taking this as a blockage, which is in reverse. And it talks about someone not being able to prioritize love. So it could be that someone here doesn't have enough time, struggles with having enough time for this, which is interesting because what's helping this, we have the Six of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing is maybe, you know, maybe your person can't prioritize this right now, King of Wands, and you're trying to keep it balanced and listen to your intuition and not freak out and just like kind of match their energy. But there is somebody here that maybe has problems focusing on this, and that's what I said with this energy right here. Let's see what advice you need about this connection. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Very interesting. So advice about this connection, it could be that there are still changes you need to make. It could be that this person, maybe you see them as not being able to prioritize love. And, you know, maybe you struggle with codependency. Like maybe you want a lot of this person's time and energy, And Spirit's saying that, you know, healing takes time. There could still be adjustments that need to be made. Spirit's saying this is all happening in divine timing. We do have the Devil in reverse here, which is about, for advice, it's about, you know, releasing your fear. It's about releasing control over this. It's about releasing your like maybe look at your codependent energy. I had no idea how codependent I was until I started healing. So you could struggle, you know, with wanting more of this person's time because maybe it's coming from a wound within you, you know? Show me. So I want to see what's coming next in this connection. Well, isn't that interesting? So we have the Dreamer and the 10 of Pentacles. So this is, you know, the start of a beautiful new beginning. And 10 of Pentacles shows you reach that stability, that, you know, where you feel like you don't need to control the outcome because you have long-term stability. Perhaps you both long-term invest in this. Perhaps somebody takes a leap of faith towards this in a way of commitment or saying like, I'm investing in this long-term. I just want to look at this Dreamer because or the Fool, sorry. You're taking your first steps on a very exciting journey, start of a new beginning. And it does talk about a new relationship. And 10 of Pentacles. Financially stable couple, relationship milestones, family approval. So your legacy is sure to stand for quite a long time to come. It also implores you to make decisions that will not only have positive results in the present, but also in the long term. So the two of you are taking you're starting this Fool's journey, and it's going to lead to long-term stability. I'm talking so fast, my words aren't making sense. This could also be that, you know, you introduce each other to each other's family because this does say father. This could be that the two of you have a baby together, you know, take it as it resonates depending on your age and wants and everything like that. What can you show me about the future of this connection? Let's see the future. 10 of Cups. I can't make that up. You guys, come on. 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. I told you when that 9 of Cups came out, I was like, okay, bye guys, have a good life. You don't need this. This is beautiful, beautiful. It's so clear and beautiful. Emotional fulfillment and long-term stability. You have the best of both worlds there. You're not only happy, but you have stability. You build a home together. You have a family together. You blend your families together, whatever it is. Beautiful energy, beautiful. There's nothing else to say. Now, let's get your charms. Cover your ears, my little butterflies. Cover your ears. My little eagles. I'm closing my eyes when I pull these, just so you know. Cover your ears. We have the Hermit. So perhaps, you know, that's very symbolic of the two of you coming together after you've grown into your higher selves. It's also symbolic that this is someone who is part of your soul's path, soul's journey. Maybe you guys had to go through a rebirth before coming together or reconnecting. Grabbing them with my left hand. Interesting. I never do that. Maybe your person's left-handed. And letters. So we have the Hermit. We have the Starfish, healing, regeneration. We have music. Communication, blue. So maybe the two of you have a musical connection. Maybe you communicated in the 5D through music before you met or when you were in separation. We do have the Swan. Very symbolic of counterparts, soulmates. We have a white moon, high priestess energy, moon energy, divine feminine energy, feminine, white. We have a rose, very symbolic because that's what we have here, a rose, beautiful. We have Saturn. You know what? While I'm here, because I never do this, and I feel like Saturn. Saturn serves as a model of discipline, integrity, and consistency. It helps us to find balance between its overactive, stiff and fearful, and underactive, flaky, unreliable, and defenseless states of being, finding the golden point between frozen rigidity and fluid formlessness. We need to learn to be flexible in an orderly fashion. Interesting. There, I looked it up. How interesting. And it does talk about boundaries. So maybe this is a connection where you need to set some boundaries. We have the little lion, little divine masculine energy, the lion, strength, Leo. We have a tower, rebuilding a foundation, starting a new foundation. For some of you, maybe you had to go through a lot with this person before you got this pearl, you know? We have death and rebirth, skull. We have a diamond. Interesting. Engagement, perhaps. We have a white star and another star. So star energy, Aquarius, soul connection, like energetic connection, drawn together, healing, wish fulfillment, hope. We have a unicorn, beautiful high priestess energy. Look, we have another starfish. So maybe the two of you had to go through regeneration and heal before you could meet or come back together. Look, you're holding hands now. And we have the wheel of fortune energy, being guided to each other. Possibly this person taking the lead. So for letters, we have Y, D, L, U, X, S, K, V, Q, N, V, Q, S, L, G, K, R, Z, G, K, E, V, M, M, F, U, R, Q. Maybe you have a fur baby. Anyway, that is your reading, my friends. I just saw 433, I saw some kind of weird mirrored number on the timer. I've already forgotten it. But anyway, that is your reading, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this tarot deck, I just wanted to remind you of the card that was flipped over here, because I just pulled oracle cards and the magician came out, and I think that's very interesting. Anyway, if you chose pile 3, and whatever this is, someone tell me what it is. Apps are telling me that it is Caribbean calcite. This is going to be a reading about what is next, or what the future of this connection is, what's next in this connection. We're gonna look into it. The piles have been insane, and this one is no different. So let's get into it. How interesting. On the bottom, we have the King of Swords. And what I feel is happening is someone is about to tell you something. My throat is very closed over. And I'm just going to tell you the current energy of this connection. What I'm feeling is that something is about to happen, and it's communication. And I'm having a huge problem with my throat right now. Yep, we have judgment. Oh my goodness, a conversation, someone telling you something, someone taking accountability. And that's what I see is coming next. The energy in your pile, very intense. King of Swords, someone coming in with truth and clarity, taking accountability, perhaps taking accountability for things they didn't want to take accountability for in the past. Judgment is renewal energy. So interesting. 3 of Cups, communication. All right, so let's shuffle. We have the Tower, so I feel like there was a tower moment between the two of you. I feel like possibly a while has passed. Maybe you're talking to this person. Maybe you are talking to this person, but I don't know. I get the energy that something's about to happen. So for some of you, I feel like you're not in communication and you're about to get communication. It could come, like, see, Four of Pentacles. It's like someone's holding back. Someone is holding back, protecting their energy, wanting to come in at the right time. With the Tower, it could come as a surprise to you even. But I'm going to be honest. I feel like a lot of you have surrendered to this connection and are possibly manifesting a renewal. And I feel like intuitively, you know it's coming. So we have the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. So that's very symbolic that I don't think there's communication, but I could be wrong. When I said I could be wrong, that's so interesting. When I said I don't think there's communication, but I could be wrong, I immediately heard that your person doesn't like being wrong, or maybe they had a problem with being wrong. It's just that King of Swords. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands. So this could have been someone defensive or resistant to look at ways which they needed to improve oneself. The Nine of Wands is also like the final push. So someone, you know, getting ready to stand up and fight for this connection. So let's have a look, my friends. We have justice. Someone taking accountability. Someone saying, I was wrong, or whatever. Someone possibly has gone through karma, you know? Maybe this person went through some karmic lessons. Maybe you are healing karmic debt on your side by healing yourself. Maybe you're having hot flashes. So we have justice and the Ace of Wands, communication. Someone taking action. Ace of Wands. Make that move. It reminds me of the Emperor. So interesting. So that's what we see coming next. I believe that's what's coming next. And that's what I mean. I feel like some of you are not talking to this person right now, but you're about to be. I can't believe how bad my throat is in this file. I'm having a sip of water, but it's not helping. So the first thing we're going to look at is connecting energy. And I took a break after pile 2 and I came back and I sat down and I cleansed the space and I meditated and I was all zen. And I pulled out the deck and I said, so show me the current energy of what's going on between pile 3 and their person. And I went like this, or maybe more. Like I just went one shuffle and these 3 cards, I was only going to get one. These 3 cards came flying out and I was like, I cannot ignore that. And when I looked at the meanings, I definitely cannot ignore it. Anyway, it was crazy pants. Crazy pants. You can hear I'm struggling. I'm not sick. Go to pile 1 and 2 and listen to my voice. So yeah, I was a little taken aback by how many cards you got. Pile 3 cards. You also got an extra one of these, which nobody else got because it fell out. And I thought maybe I should take that and look at what it means. Anyway, so what do I want to show you first? So I kind of want to show you the first card that I saw. And I saw the Lover and I was like, oh, great. And the Lover implies a choice. It gives me the energy of 2 people choosing to work something out, or, you know, what I'm seeing is someone who's coming towards you, wanting union, and you are in the energy where you know that. So I feel like you're a high priestess. I feel even with this card, we see the white swan protecting this pearl, right? And intuitively what I'm getting, we also have this sunflower type looking daisy thing here. So what I'm seeing is you in your feminine power, trusting in your inner knowing, protecting this pearl, protecting this manifestation, because you know intuitively that this is something that doesn't make logical sense, I think. The white swan, feminine, twin flame counterpart. That's just what I'm hearing. I'm really into symbolism. We have this flower symbolic of the growth you've been through and how hard this connection has been, and that something beautiful is growing here and that you know it. You're trusting and you're protecting this. So I do feel like you're someone who has maybe worked your way through a lot of doubt about this connection as well. Again, I don't think that you're with this person, but I don't really have any reason from the cards to think that. I just feel there's this really gentle, accepting energy on your side. And there's this energy on your person's side of, it's time to make my move. And that's why I don't think you're talking to this person. Anyway, that's the connecting energy between you. So let me just touch on that energy before I get to the other two cards. Oops, I already lost the page. That's not a surprise. I get really excited and I'll like throw the book down before I even read it. Ugh, I had a hard time finding this one. Hang on. There it is. The heart, the beloved, the devoted. That's what I mean. It feels like you're devoted to this. And with the my beloved, I am feeling like, you know, counterpart energy, soul. I don't know. I wanted to say soul flame energy. Interesting. Connection, expansion, devotion, awe. And when in dark, so when you're not with this person or you're not connected to this person, it says attachment and obsession, right? So it feels like counterpart energy and you have been through the journey. That's what it feels like to me. Anyway, and it feels like something is about to happen. There's about to be an expansion. There's about to be connection. There's about to be, I don't know, canoodling. Coming back together. It's really interesting because on this page, we have this heart that's come back together. And we also see 95, which makes me feel like you had to be your higher selves before you could come into union, Hierophant energy with this person. Or that this was a connection that was meant to help you tap into your Hierophant energy and to grow and evolve and spiritually awaken and become the highest version of yourself. Anyway. So interesting. Eye contact could be important between the two of you. Oh my gosh. It says the true gift is finding the lover in yourself, your highest self. Anyway, the next two cards that came out were just too much. So they came out. How did they come out? They came out like that. And when I flip this one over, which is on your side, technically, it's the mother. And we see, really interesting because this looks like there's eggs here. And this is a pearl. And we see this hand protecting this pearl. And we see this snake wrapped around this pearl. And I feel like you are someone who's finding your inner beauty. You're finding your inner, like you're finding yourself. And I feel like it maybe was hard for you to find yourself. I feel like you had to go through a lot of transformations. This is actually very much like gives me Empress energy. It's very feminine energy, finding your inner feminine, balancing your energies, learning how to nourish yourself, learning how to love yourself, evolving into the Empress, the journey, the long journey. Like, look at the length of that frickin' snake. It's like never ending. And yeah, it seems like, you know, there is this very fragile energy because we see eggs around this pearl. So it feels like you've learned how to be gentle with yourself, protect your own energy. This is why I couldn't ignore these cards. And then I flipped this one over, and it's the Self. And it feels to me like, just look at the symbolic, like just look at the synchronicities. I release negative habits and fill my life with positive changes. That is your affirmation. Maybe that's what your person is going through. But look at the synchronicities, okay? We see your pearl, we see their pearl, and then we see this golden pearl. And I just think that you are in Empress energy and your person is awakening, or they have awakened. Let's look at this Self card really quick. Actually, let's start with the Mother because it's the very first card, so it's easy to find. Where are you? I'm still having problems finding it. The Mother, the feminine, the source, glowing, generative, creative, nurturing. So that's how you could be feeling right now. In the past, maybe when you were with this person, you could have been feeling exhausted, controlling the outcome. It's very much Empress energy. Contains both light and dark aspects of the feminine. Remember I said balancing your energies. The Mother holds the key to the internal challenge of love. It just, oh my gosh, it's so counterpart energy. And then we have the Self. The soul, the witness, the watcher. Witnessing, accepting new aspects of self. Okay, so here's where I started to get the energy that you're not talking to this person. Because I feel like this person is watching you. And I feel like this person is changing. And, oh, this is going to be a long reading. I feel like your person is changing and seeing their new self emerge, and they're awakening. This is on page 119, if that's symbolic to anyone, also equals 11. The Self, it does not judge, prohibit, suppress, or oppress any of its parts, as it lovingly knows that all aspects have a time and a place and leads us to experience the full breadth of life's offerings. So right now, this person is like in judgment energy. You know, they're thinking about how they impacted this connection, how they impact the world, how maybe some of their patterns impact the world. This is someone who, it does talk about watching and waiting, and it feels like, to me, it feels like this has been just the energy of the light shining out of this. It feels like something is about to like burst into light here, or come to light or happen in the 3D. It also talks about looking in the mirror. So it talks about mirroring and attempting to see the real you behind the you. So this is someone who's very much, maybe hermit energy, really tapped in to inner healing right now. 9 of Wands can also be someone who's going through self-improvements. And I feel like both of you are going through self-improvements here. Now, I'm going to see if I can keep all this in here because I find it really interesting that these cards came out. But I have a lot of cards, so I don't know if that's going to happen. So maybe what I'll do, since you're, you know, connected anyway, we'll just connect you. There we go. We'll make a bridge. We'll bridge the gap. So for connecting energy right now, we have the Magician. So this is what oh, that is so interesting. Right before I started your reading, when I was doing your cards, there was a murder of crows outside. Like there was a bunch of crows, and I was thinking like, I wonder what that means. And I'm just being reminded of it now. And that's, you know, to me, the symbolism of a lot of crows crowing like that makes me think of my journey. And when I actually looked up what that meant, and it said that I had deep reflecting to do, and your person is in deep reflection of self. So I think that's interesting. That actually happened to me like when I was spiritually awakening. So that's really interesting. Anyway, the Magician. So it feels like something is happening, even though maybe you're not talking. It does feel like maybe you're manifesting this. Like I said, I feel like you understand what this is, and you know they're coming back. You know what this is. And I feel like you're doing everything you can to help the manifestation along. And I don't mean in bad ways. I mean in good ways. It's like you're using your power for good. You're not sitting around waiting. You're working on yourself. Positive thinking, positive affirmations, living like you already have your manifestation. Maybe you're working with the moon to manifest and to release. Anyway, beautiful energy. And this can also symbolize, you know, this person working on all of their elements, working on themselves to come back towards you and communicate. As I clear my throat. So this is interesting. We have the 9 of Wands here. And what's really interesting is that this came out when I was shuffling for the Major Arcana card, which was the Magician. And I had them all separated. And this was the only minor arcana that snuck its way into the Major Arcana. And I find it very interesting that it came out. To me, that's like a really cool synchronicity. And 9 of Wands can be about a connection that isn't easy. You know, it requires hard work. It requires patience. It requires healing. It requires self-improvement. 9 of Wands can show people with deep wounding that they've kind of carried to this point of their life that they finally have to let go. The 9 of Wands can symbolize, you know, the final push before you come together. The final, like, you know, it's wounded warrior. You're weary and wounded from battle, but you're persevering with hope and determination, and you're about to reach your goal. That's like 9 of Wands. And look at this eruption, like something is about to erupt. Anyway, so interesting. And it's like Spirit's saying, keep going, you're almost there. Oh, now I remember what happened. I like the way these look up here. What do we have? Oh no, the light changed. Never mind. The light totally changed from earlier. I guess we'll just keep you down here. I wanted the volcano, but then you have to be all the way down there, and that just doesn't work. Nope. I have one more card. Oh my gosh, you have so many cards. So this one, interesting. Whoops, we have time. And I'm just going to read you this card, but it does feel like divine timing, and that certain things had to happen before the two of you could come into union. I didn't take a card on like that for any other pile, but that one came out. It wanted to come out. So, time. Whoops. Non-linear stages, the unfolding of the two times that act at once, universal time and personal time. This card does not refer to time as we perceive it, clock time, but instead to universal time, which is the natural time of the states that matter passes through and must pass through to transform you. You cannot ask water to turn into ice without first cooling it sufficiently or evaporating it without boiling it. There are stages of the half circle. They are the stages that the half circle must go through before becoming a full circle. Trusting the process involves understanding cosmic time and detaching yourself from anxiety, sitting in your power. You're not worried about this. You're like one of those people in my comment section that's like, I claim this message. I am looking forward to being reunited with my love. Like, that's what I'm seeing on your side, that type of energy, that you're trusting in this. That, you know, you're not anxious about this. You understand that time isn't about the time on the clock. It's about energy and healing and things like that. Know how to wait, understand, let go, and trust the stages of the process. And your mantra, I believe in the synchronicity of life. And it's on page, I was talking about the synchronicities in this reading. And it's on page 106, Magician energy and Lover's energy. You're manifesting this. I almost called you the B word. I don't know why I did that. I don't talk like that. But I almost said, you're manifesting this, you B word. So maybe that's how you talk, or maybe that's how you're, I don't know. I don't know where that came from. At least I didn't say it, right? All right, so let's get to your energy. Like, seriously, I keep hearing that. I just heard you've got this B word. What's that about? I don't know what that's about. That's really weird. I keep hearing, you've got this. You do, you've got this. So we have the horse, and I love the horse. Very tapped into your intuition, you know, focused on your soul path, free spirit, awakened, trusting in the process, trusting in the universe, running free in a field without any clothes on. Maybe not. It gives me the energy, like I'm seeing images on lovers cards and chariot cards and sun cards of horses, you know, without saddles, running in a field of flowers after a lot of growth. I like this energy. This is fun. Where are you, horsey? I'm being called to, oh yes, I'm being called to that quote from Sex and the City that maybe we aren't meant to be tamed. Maybe we're meant to run free until we find someone just as wild to run with. Momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. Expansion. Didn't one of these expansion? Anyway. Achieves anything, never gives up. See, my magical person. You're not giving up. You've chosen this. Is that spit? I just spit. No, I don't think that's spit. Never mind. I did spit a little, but that's not spit. Achieves anything, never gives up. And maybe in the past you were someone who ran from things, you know, maybe in the past you were someone who felt weak. I'm thinking of the oyster card because we have this pearl, and the oyster card in the animal deck talks about someone who kind of, you know, pushes people away sometimes. Not that I'm saying you push people away, but maybe you're someone who's evolved into someone who never gives up and believes you can do anything you put your mind to. And maybe in the past you weren't like that. You know, maybe in the past you didn't feel like you were enough to believe you could achieve anything you wanted. It also gives me that energy of that self-belief, like higher self energy, where you know you can achieve what you want to achieve. You know that you're an awesome person. You know that you've worked on yourself. You know that you deserve good things and that everything you need is within you. I'm standing up. I should have pom-poms because I feel like a freaking cheerleader right now. Standing on the sidelines, cheering you on. Yay, pile 3. Anyway, the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum so reliable, so supportive that you can ride on its back towards any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. Chariot energy. Sorry, I'm not meaning to yell at you. A horse personality, yes, is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. I'm hearing a song. Ain't never gonna take me down or whatever. I've got to keep on moving. What song is that? Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Am I hearing that right? Someone tell me. That's what I'm hearing right now. Ain't nothing gonna take me down or whatever it is. Anyway. I've got to keep on moving. I keep hearing it. Anyway. I love it. So you are someone who's working on yourself, and I love it. Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yay! We have the Queen of Pentacles. Well, look at you, all stable and confident and nurturing yourself. I forgot about this. And knowing that everything you need is within you, that you don't need anybody else, that you've got your own back, and that you're awesome. Maybe you're spending a lot of time nurturing yourself or your fur babies. Maybe you're evolving and you're experiencing financial abundance and you're buying things for your home. The Queen of Pentacles likes nice things. Maybe you're treating yourself to things, you know, maybe you're learning how to pamper yourself. Anyway, the Geomancer. Maybe you're a Cyclops. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. People are so easily offended. We have the 6 of Lotuses here. Beautiful. 6 of Cups. Healing energy. Healing from the past. Healing your childhood wounds. Sitting in your emotions. Remembering. Listen, I can't remember when it was. It was one of these piles in something. But there was this energy of believing in your future, like surrendering and knowing. Like I said, I feel like you're already in that energy. But the 6 of Cups is when, sorry, I know, I'm getting to the point. You may be spending a lot of time thinking about happy times with this person. Maybe you know that helps you manifest them. Because in one of these other piles, some card came out that talked about that, about how you can actually welcome love in by remembering good times and remembering the good times you shared with this person, remembering the times where you felt love in your life, and it opens you up to love. When you're in the 5 of Cups energy, where you're sad and you're depressed and you have regret and you're feeling sorry for yourself, your heart is actually closed. Your emotions are closed. But when you're in the 6 of Cups energy, oh my gosh, I feel so passionate in this pile. When you're in the 6 of Cups energy, you're open. There's flow, you're healing. And we see this feminine surrounded by lotuses, like you are rising above the muck and growing and transforming. It's beautiful. And you could be very nostalgic about this person right now. This is also reconnection, you trusting in this. Anyway, absolutely beautiful. Again, I have no idea where all these cards are going to go. We have the Phoenix. I forgot about the Phoenix too. We have the Hierophant, spiritual evolution, baby. Spiritual wisdom, spiritual knowledge, trusting in your own spiritual journey. I feel like you have accepted this is a Hierophant connection and that you're connected to this person no matter what. You're coming across very grounded right now in your spirituality. You could be helping others with their spirituality. And we have the Phoenix. So you are clearing karmic debt. You're healing past traumas. Maybe for your I'm hearing generational cycle breaker. And you could be experiencing abundance now. And I don't just mean financial abundance. I mean, you know, compliments from other people, opportunities, you know, lucky things, what seem like lucky things happening to you. I use this example all the time. Like maybe people are just saying like, oh, I just got this new washer and I have this other washer that's still pretty good if you want it. It's that type of abundance that I'm feeling. Very beautiful energy. Pile 3. I am just like a proud mama over here. I love it. I love it. And we have binary star. And I know this is silly, but right away I heard maybe you're non-binary. Sending you love. It's why I always say they, because it's not. Anyway, I love you all. Where's the book? I also feel the energy of like starseed energy or aligned, like souls that are aligned, not aligned, but linked together. Sometimes when the charms come out, there's a charm with a star and a little star. And I always talk about being aligned or being in alignment. Anyway, I like it. Stars in harmony. Oh my gosh, that's what it means. Stars that are physically bound and that orbit a common point. Observing these stars is a difficult but fundamental task for astronomers. Binary stars form part of the same system. One orbits the other. There is a mutual understanding that they share the same path. Unlike optical doubles, they do not try and change the path of the other, nor is there any illusionary union. Simply by being, they belong and respond to each other through an inevitable and harmonic dance dedicated to being. And so I'm seeing like two people whose higher selves are in contact. So signs, synchronicities, song lyrics, things like that. Very beautiful energy. It's also on page 32, which is 5, which is Hierophant energy. Someone you have a spiritual contract with, spiritual bond. Where when you're healing, it affects them. Anyway, I'm like super giddy in this pile. It's insane. Let's see if we left enough room for your person. I've got the giggles in this pile. It's insane. So your person, I almost died when this card came out. Not really. But Cosmic Egg. And we see this snake. And remember the snake here, your long journey, snake transformation, shedding lots of stuff. Here we have the same. We have your person going through an awakening. This is when your person awakens and they transform and they shed their old self and they come towards you for union. It's beautiful. And look at the colors. The Cosmic Egg, spiritual growth, spiritual awakening. Protecting themselves right now, trying to figure out when to make the right move. Watching, waiting. It just gets me all excited. Maybe that's what I'll do. Come here, you. You little being that knows that you can do anything. Maybe you're someone who's watching the way you speak. Maybe you're speaking with intention in, like you're getting rid of anything negative. Anyway, I'm like really into this. No, that wasn't an accident. That's the 10 of Wands in reverse. And what I was saying is it feels like there's something that's about to erupt here. 9 of Wands. There's something that's about to erupt between the two of you and your person. That's when that eruption happens and things come to a head and they come out and they come forward, 10 of Wands, and share with you what they've been going through. And I think it's really interesting because this also reminds me of, I have a card, not in this deck, where the 8 of Wands looks just like that. And that's what I mean. It feels like someone is about to say something to you. This is all about to come to a head. You stay. Don't go anywhere. Stop. Right, 10 of Wands. So your person, that's when they hit their limit of suffering and they come towards you and they say, here's all. No, they don't put their burdens onto you, but they put down their burdens and they come towards you, Ace of Wands, and they take action. Where do I want to put you? Right here. We have Temperance, waiting for the right moment, balancing energies. I didn't even realize that with that other card that we were talking about, balancing your masculine and feminine energies. And because you two are connected here, over here, this person is benefiting from your healing. And I feel like I'm seeing the loading sign on this relationship, or whatever you call it, situationship. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, we have Temperance, and it's like your person, look, they're making their way through the maze and they keep being enlightened. They keep having epiphany moments. They keep having realizations, and they're making their way through. Temperance, they're being patient about coming in, waiting for the right time. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, you're fine there. And we have the Entertainer, Knight of Pentacles, and I love it because we see this person. First of all, this is on the Four of Wands, this lit up type of tree looking thing. And I feel like this person is dedicated to union with you. We see they're being led by a unicorn, which is very symbolic of being tapped into your higher self. And they have this very large pentacle. They're coming very slowly, but they're determined to come towards you. I tell people the Knight of Pentacles, it's when someone is dedicated to something, you, and they're going to achieve their task. They're the most determined knight in the deck. They're just very slow. And, you know, I do feel like your person is holding back from you right now. And then we have no room for you, but we'll look at you anyway. We have Photon. And if, I'm actually going to look at this. To me, I just heard like 3, 2, 1 blast off. Maybe you're seeing, interesting. Maybe you're seeing 3, 2, 1 or 6, 5, 4 or, you know, countdown times on the clock. I can't think of any other ones right now because my brain is not working for that. So we have Photon, time to shine. Time to shine. Blast off. Time to take action. Time to... That's not what I want to say. Time to shoot your shot. I heard something else because that to me reminds me of a little spermy. Maybe, you know, maybe this person is like, let's go, let's have a child. I don't know. The time has come to celebrate this highly positive process, which is responsible for navigating obstacles in a natural way. It is the ideal state of any process or manifestation. Ideal refers to the idea that one has when they put their energy into something. The greatest desire is the idea happens. The greatest desire is the idea happens. I don't know. Can be transmitted and then is absorbed by the other person in question. In this case, the steps to manifest themselves perfectly, added to a speed of propagation that exceeds the desires of one who created it, since due to its enormous energy, the photon propagates at the speed of light. Very interesting. Anyway, I think that's really cool. So they're putting their energy into something, 9 of Pentacles, and coming towards you. Light, clarity, divine masculine energy, the sun. Anyway, I don't even know where to put this, so I'll just put it right there. That's interesting. I feel like I just heard a train, but I don't think there's a train around here, so what am I hearing? That was weird. I know, I heard it. All right, so let's get you your tarot cards. Remember, we have Justice on the bottom. Remember the magic, justice. And the Ace of Wands. 10 of Wands. I told you. I told you. So let's look at what's coming next in this connection. We have Death and Rebirth. 10 of Cups. How interesting. I did not see that coming. Sarcasm. We have Death and Rebirth and 10 of Cups. Emotional fulfillment. Once you find your own emotional fulfillment, once you find your pearl and your person finds their pearl, then you can come together and have a golden pearl. And, you know, maybe a baby. 10 of Cups. Could be children. 3 of Pentacles. Working it out. Working it out. This person taking the leap of faith. Beautiful, beautiful, yay! I love it. Let's get another one. Were you ever a kid? Wait, that doesn't make sense. Of course you were. Do you know the energy like when you were playing at your friend's house and their parents were like, do you want to sleep over? And he'd be like, yeah, I want to sleep over. I'll ask my mom and dad. Maybe not. I only experienced it a couple times, but I almost just said like, I want to sleep over. I want to stay in your pile. What's coming next? Maybe this person wants to sleep over with you. And shoot their shot. Sorry, guys. 8 of Pentacles, renewal. Renewal. Rebirth and renewal. Yes. You go, girl or person or boy or whoever you are. I almost said the B word again. And 4 of Cups in reverse. Oh my goodness. A new understanding of this connection. A new outlook of when it comes to love within this connection. This is, you know, someone offering you a cup. This is someone putting in effort here and offering you this renewal. Oh my gosh. Let's see how you're feeling about this connection. We have the 3 of Wands. You know what I say about the 3 of Wands? I always say this, that it's like when your higher self knows what's coming. You know it's coming. It's on the horizon. You know, it's just a matter of time. 1027 could be symbolic. It's almost like you're waiting for a plane, like you're waiting for this. That's what it feels like to me, and not in a bad way, in an intuitive way. It's like, yeah, I'm not stressing. I know that this is happening in divine timing. I know this person will come back. They're my person. I send them love and light, and I'm going to continue to drink my coffee and focus on me. Anyway, beautiful. And it feels like you're waiting for that Ace of Wands. You're like, maybe they're running behind. Maybe they're off schedule. Like, seriously. It's beautiful. You, my friend, are an inspiration to others. Can I just say that? Beautiful, beautiful energy. You see a future with this person. Let's see. You know what else I'm seeing? 10. Wheel of Fortune energy. You know this is happening in divine timing. 5 and 6. 5, Hierophant energy. 6, Lovers energy. You know that this is coming. You are tapped into your Hierophant energy. You're believing in this spiritual lesson, and you know that this lesson has to happen so that you can come into union. I see you. I see you. Interesting. Let's see how they're feeling about, how are they feeling about this connection currently? We have the Star and Temperance. Holy poop. They're planning when to come in. How do they come in? How do they exchange energy with you? Maybe they're planning to send you a gift. You know what? That Page of Wands looked like someone mailing a parcel or delivering a parcel. Their current energy, the Star and Temperance. Temperance already came out for them, didn't it? Yes, it did. Didn't it? Yes, it's under this card. So they want to come together here. They want to find balance. The Star, they still have hope for this. They feel connected to you, just like over here, the stars connected with each other. Beautiful. This is just beautiful. And you know, 9 of Wands, someone who has hope and determination, your person. They feel like they can't let you go. Look, they're watching you. What did I say? Watching, waiting. Anyway, interesting. Let's see what's helping this connection. What is currently helping this connection? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. The Wheel of Fortune, you're allowing and trusting in divine timing. You're making adjustments in your life. You're healing cycles. You know, you're going through your own stuff. And this person is making adjustments. This is beautiful. I mean, I'm a little blown away. We also have 8 of Wands on the bottom and the High Priestess. So trusting that there's going to be progression, trusting that there's going to be communication, you know, trusting that even though this person is holding back, you know they're going to come forward. And 8 of Wands can also be for you, you know, if you are rapidly changing and growing, you're helping this person. Maybe this person wants to hop on a plane or a train or an automobile and come towards you. If the Chariot comes out with the car, I'm going to laugh. But anyway, what is currently blocking this connection? 7 of Wands. How interesting. So there could be outside influences. Something that could have blocked this connection in the past could have been that this person was very defensive. Somebody could have blocked somebody here. Someone could have been in denial about this connection. There could be outside opinions about this connection, other factors, you know, other blockages. Interesting. I need to get my book. 7 of Wands for blockages. Defensiveness. Denial. External pressure. So there you go. Interesting. 7 of Wands, hold your ground no matter what is challenging your position. So that's the upright. So maybe as a blockage in the past, you know, maybe someone didn't believe in this connection. You know, you could have went through a time where you didn't believe in this connection. And then through time and healing, you realize, no, I still feel this person's energy. Let's see advice. What advice do you have about this connection? We have, I have a feeling I know what that is that just flew out. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is confirming that if you are dedicated to this, your person, I feel because you're dedicated to this, your person is now in Knight of Pentacles and they're dedicated to coming back towards you. And Spirit's saying, you know, this is moving slowly because there's a foundation being built that you can't see, an energetic foundation. That Pentacles taking root. Imagine all the roots in the ground. Beautiful. I have a feeling I know what this is. Oh, I did not. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So this is showing that this person is going to come out of isolation towards you. You already know that. For some reason, I thought it was the Ace of Wands. I have no idea why. Interesting. We also have the World here. So, you know, completion takes time. Maybe this person, you know, maybe this person still has cycles and patterns they're looking at. Let's see. I want to look at the future of this connection. So let's look at the future of this connection. It's 444, if that's symbolic to anyone. We have the Queen of Cups. Very interesting. Queen of Cups. We have the Fool. And we have clarity. How interesting. Oh, are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me. So we have clarity. We have somebody coming out of hermit energy, taking a leap of faith, generous love offer, following their intuition. Coming out of hermit energy. And look at this, you guys. Look at the shells with the pearls. Look at the pearls. That's symbolic. 7 of Cups in reverse. You're going to have clarity. You're going to, like, this person's going to make this all clear. They're coming out of hermit energy to bring you clarity, taking a leap of faith towards you. 2 of Cups. There's that offer. Let's walk off into the sunset together. Okay. Mwah. How interesting. I want to look up. I'm sorry I'm so giggly, but it's this energy. I wasn't this giggly in the other piles, I promise. Queen of Cups, caring and supportive, deepening existing relationship. And the 2 of Cups is deepening of intimacy in an existing connection. So there you go. You're going to be deepening your intimacy with this person, taking a leap of faith towards this, both of you, choosing this, the lovers. Beautiful. Let's get you charms. Cover your ears, horsies, my little magical free spirits. Cover your ears. Now I can put all these books away so I can get to the charms. All right, 5335 on the timer. If that's symbolic to anyone. Queen of Cups, where are you going? Come back. All right, so cover your ears. We have the Sun. How interesting. Divine masculine energy, clarity, healing, fulfillment. Being content. Beautiful. So I looked up, oh, I need more. I looked up Saturn in one of the other piles, and it can represent like boundaries. So maybe you and this person working out your boundaries. Okay. So I think this is a bat, very symbolic of surrender and rebirth, hanged man energy. We have the heart. Oh, the love heart, lover's energy. We have the spider, divine feminine energy. How interesting. Maybe you feel like, maybe you're seeing a lot of spiders, or maybe like spiders are approaching you. Maybe you've gotten over, like, I don't kill spiders anymore. I befriend them. Or I just say like, hey, I'm going to go about my day. You can go about your day. See you later. We have a dolphin, very symbolic of joy, harmony, union. We have the 2 hearts. Music could be symbolic. I always see music in that heart. 2 halves coming together. We have the black star. We have the key, Hierophant energy. We have the white cat, High Priestess. Look at you. 3 of Wands. I have a 3 of Wands card where the cat is sitting on the branches looking out, knowing that something is coming. That's you, listening to your intuition. Feminine energy, the cat, black cat energy. Anyway, death and rebirth. We have an elephant. We have a pink moon. Pink moon, the song could be symbolic. And we have a turtle, hermit energy. But look, that turtle. That was weird. I had to stop it. I don't know if that came up in camera, but it like froze on this turtle. It was like your person saw me looking at them and they're like, oh, no sudden movements. But look, that turtle's moving. It's the only charm that I have where the turtle is moving. Look, they're taking that step. They're taking that leap of faith. Beautiful. Okay, letters. P-O-V, point of view, their perspective. L-O-L, lol. Anyway, V-O-P-O-L-C-V. We have a hidden moon. How interesting. That was in the letters. How interesting. B-L-E-A-V. K S U H F K X H S G G G G M C Q Z W L M U F F U K F U K Y O V G R. So there you go, you guys. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.